Okay, hi everyone. We're recording. We're playing Scoundrels, Ruffians, and Scum. Um, we are using Serenscape for sound, Fantasy Grounds for our virtual tabletop, um, and also we're using Deluxe Oz FG extensions that help make our sound happen in Fantasy Grounds. And we are called Shadow Company, and we're running Scoundrels, Ruffians, and Scum. And we're doing character descriptions. So today we'll start with Bellis Kane, who's played by Mark. If you want to describe yourself, Mark.
Yeah, about 5'7". I have a lean, a light boxer's build. I'm a half elf, but I'm unclean. I'm very scruffy, knotty hair, scruffy beard. It doesn't. It's very patchy because I'm only half human. I'm very disinterested in what's going on around me, except for flashes of keen intensity, followed by bouts of manic or bursts of manic energy, and very fidgety.
Okay.
You're a tweaker. Nice.
You'll see.
There, we'll use that one for you, based on your description. Okay, and then we'll go. Well, you guys haven't met Ander yet, so Aldesh, if you could just describe your character. So for this part, you just make up what you look like. If you want to go through your equipment, which is under inventory, on your character, that tells you got like leather armor, and then you got a bunch of equipment on you. So, go ahead. You can give us your description.
Be describing like physical appearance or character traits or anything?
No,
both.
Physical appearance.
I would start with physical appearance first, and then go to maybe a little bit of a trait that Mark might know from your guys' ride in the little farmer's cart.
Okay. I'm about 5'11". I'm slender, athletic type of build. I look a little scruffy. Have a stubbly type of beard. I dressed in kind of raggedy type of leather. I look a little dirty overall. I'm look like I kind of keep to myself, but once engaged in conversation, I tend to be talkative. As I was telling, I'm sorry, Ballast?
Ballast.
Ballast. As I was telling Ballast on the way over, I like to gamble. I grew up around it, and I'm a big fan. I'm a poker player. I got a deck of cards here. Can do some tricks for you guys.
Nice.
Great. It sounds great. So, when you guys arrived in,
You win the money, I'll spend it.
you guys came into the north side of town. You're going through the street called the High Road, and this is where the farmer drops you off. He says he doesn't need your help, and it's where you guys wanted to go to anyways. And he drops you. There's a small little market where the High Road and the Down Street come together. You don't have to worry about where that is. I will give you a different map in a second that'll show you better.
Okay.
When you guys are dropped off of there, you see you're in the middle of a intersection of the street. In the middle of it, they got a couple displays of like fruit and foods and stuff like that around. So it's a little mini market that you guys are dropped off, and someone comes up to you dressed in robes, and they have a symbol on them. It's a symbol of a wooden open book with a painting on it, and they hand you guys a pamphlet. And when you read the pamphlet, and it's up to you guys if you can read or write. If you if you want. Your character, it's possibly that your character can't do that, and that's fine. But whoever can read, hopefully you can read. If not, you can ask the guy questions. Okay. It says, what does it say? Let me get I gotta get another map. Just a sec. North. Huge. It's huge. Here it is.
Oh, thank you.
I wasn't talking about you. It says, come to the house of knowledge, to become one with Agma, the god of knowledge. Here we will give you free room and board, just to read books, basically is what it says. And you guys decide hey, it's free room and board. You guys are kind of down on your luck, and you guys decide to go there.
Yes, I could use new clothes and a meal.
Yeah, definitely. So
Amongst other things.
I'm gonna give you another map. This is gonna be in the north section, in the north ward. If you look at the big map, I'll sync this for you. So in the Waterdeep huge, actually I should have this identified. In this map here, you see the north ward on the right hand side. That's where you guys are gonna start, and that's kind of where home base is. And I will explain a couple things about this campaign too. And let me zoom in to where you guys are at real quick. Hey, why aren't you showing me?
What's the name of the street we came in on?
It was the high road. It's the main road that goes down. You can actually zoom in on that map and stuff like that if you want to get details. Yeah. But I'm gonna give you another map real soon. But I gotta like put it in the right spot and everything. Okay. So this map here is a very large blow up of the North Ward. That we can actually use for actually playing on. And let me change the music too while we're at it. Music. Okay, as you're walking to the area, the pamphlet gave you the location. You notice there's a lot of people all around. There's people jetting in and out of the streets. When you're walking up, you even see there's a group of 4 muscular men carrying someone on a flat cart, and it must be some type of noble. 2 nobles are sitting on top of that cart, and they have a fan just blowing their faces, and they just kind of stare at you and snicker, and one of them, kind of talks to each other and kind of points you guys out, and then they kind of laugh. You feel that they're kind of making fun of you.
How many?
There's 2 nobles on a skiff where they're sitting on a chair where they're being raised up by 4 heavy men walking down the street.
Hey, what's so funny?
They don't even hear you. They just pass by. I'm just giving you flavor right now, and I'm getting you guys in one location so that we can actually start.
So we don't die right away.
Yeah. Well, it's not so you don't die right away. It's that so that everyone has a chance to play, and you guys have a chance to role play and all that stuff.
Plus, I can't poison anybody yet.
Oh.
And you guys hear a lot of hawkers on the street. People, saying, buy this fish, and I got nuts and stuff like that. It's definitely filled with people. You notice that the area of town you're in is definitely it's a nice area of town. Most of the houses here are 2 to 3 story. You even pass some like large mansions on the way. On the street here, you guys get some directions because you guys don't know the area. You get some directions. You do pass a place called the Grinning Lion, which is some tavern, and before you know it, you get to some type of temple. And this temple has that must be the symbol of Ogma on there, which is a book carved in the front, and you can see very tall stained glass windows in the place. It has 4 steeples with bells on it. It is, if you look on the map, I don't know if you guys all see it yet. I don't know if it loaded.
Yeah, I got it.
I can see it.
You got it, Mark?
Do I have what?
Do you have the map?
Yeah.
Okay. Where the blue arrow is pointing to, that is the temple.
I may have to zoom out, though. I might be a little too far in. Are you on the zoomed in map?
Yeah.
I'll sync it so you can see it. So, if
Okay.
you zoomed out, you might not see it, but that's basically your home base location for this.
Yep.
So you guys are approaching the door. So let me say a couple things about this campaign. This campaign is about it's about Scoundrels, Ruffians, and Scum. It's meant to be a campaign that's not the normal campaign. It's one that you're not playing heroes. You're playing the anti-hero. Okay, you're playing the people that aren't good. And you're type of people that even if you do good, you always end up in the wrong situation no matter what. For whatever reason. Maybe you have addiction, maybe you have some other character flaws that lead you to it. And because this is a campaign about thieves, assassins, all those type of shady type characters, evildoers and stuff like that, there is a high chance of death. Because of your guys' view on the world. Like, you view the world as like the world's just out to get you, and so your characters do choices that usually aren't so good, which oftentimes do lead to your death. Maybe you're druggies. Maybe you break into houses because you find it easier than trying to make money. Maybe you gamble. You gamble all your life savings away, and you have to go to jail or whatever. In this campaign, you don't have to make up your full history. You make up your history as you go, and that is how you get inspiration. What inspiration does, as far as game terms, is when you get 1 inspiration point, you're allowed to use it for a reroll. So if you roll to attack someone and you totally mess that up and you miss, you can use an inspiration to re-roll that. So you get inspiration by having your character having little flashbacks. So during these flashbacks, you at any time during play, you can give us a flashback of your character, and it probably should be some situation that you're role playing is something that reminds your character. You have a memory flashback. So let's say, Al, you're a gambler, so you're going down the street and you see 2 people playing cards, and one of them wins the hand, and you see the other one get pissed and he flips the table, and then a big fight starts. So you go, oh, okay, I got if my character has a flashback, this reminds me of the time when I cheated my uncle, and my uncle went and he attacked me viciously, and I felt my life was threatened, so I ended up slitting my own uncle's throat, or something like that. So that would be your flashback, and then you'd get yourself inspiration. Okay, so you'll see it.
Just tell that story out loud when it was happening.
Yes. Normally when we're playing, you keep all this stuff secret, but in this campaign, everyone's a bad guy. It's just kind of known that when you guys meet each other, it's like 2 criminals on the street. In real life, they just know they do bad things. you know.
Mhm.
And in here, nobody trusts anyone, kind of thing too. Like, you guys are like the slum of the earth. There's a lot of non-trust with a lot of other people and stuff like that. So I think that's about it. Oh, another thing is, you don't get experience for killing people like in regular role-playing games. You get experience by gold pieces. So when your group, you come across, let's say you come across 100 gold pieces that you guys scammed out of someone, you guys would each get 100 experience points. Okay, so it's a greed system. So that if you guys are in trouble, if you guys are run into like a group of people and they're really bad, but you took all their money, you can just run, just like any scoundrel would do. You don't need to play with honor. So,
Hey, Sean, did you see what I wrote?
no. Where did you write it?
He put it in chat.
Yeah.
Perception check for...
I'm looking around.
Oh, okay.
When we were walking through the marketplace.
I gotcha. You.
I probably should have put it in the tower, but
No, it's okay. I had my chat. Sometimes you gotta tell me if I need to look at chat because I have a bunch of windows open, and I wish Fantasy Grounds had dual windows. It'd be so much easier, but whatever.
because I still don't know how to whisper to you either. So
Well, how do you whisper, Ben, to me? Because I don't know how, because I can't whisper to
you
myself.
have to type it in like the whisper in brackets with the little thing.
/ whisper GM and then whatever your message is.
All right.
But yeah, that's the one thing I wish Fantasy Ground had was like some kind of notification sound that we could send to you, like, hey, check your chat kind of a thing. You know, like some kind
Actually, when you whisper, sound does happen. I hear a whisper. So
I should just spam it like 50 times if I need you to see it then?
No, I just heard it.
Ding, ding, ding.
When he did Aldash did the test, I could hear it. So that's one way.
Yeah, so you can just use /W too. It might be a lot quicker than typing.
Oh, does that work too?
Yeah.
/W, you don't have to put GM, it'll actually go to him directly?
I did /WGM. So, but it
Oh,
was
/WGM, okay.
Okay. So I think that's about it for the campaign. Oh, the other thing is these are meant to be one-offs. So as we've played, we kind of learned that all bad guys, they have a hideout, right? They all have a lair and that kind of stuff. So this temple is going to be your guys' kind of lair. For now, you guys can change that as you see fit or whatever. And you can't level up unless you make it back to your lair. Normally in the game, if you take a long rest, you can level up. But in this case, you got to get back to your lair to level up. Okay?
So
We're gonna.
is the arrow you're talking about the one that's in like bag N59? The right up?
No, it's there's a blue arrow here. Let me show you. I'll put a box
I see a
around it.
arrow.
Do you see a box?
I see a box with a 105 around in it.
Nope. Let me sync you. Oh, by the way, you might want to relog into Google Talkout because you're breaking apart.
Oh, I am? Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes if you just relog in, it just resets it. We get it. We get that once in a while. So we'll wait for him. But Ender, so you went back here with what's her name? I can't remember.
Ryuk.
What's that?
Ryuk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you guys, this would be like the beginning of the next day. You wake up and I don't know. Did you see this temple ever?
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I kind of get in there and I was talking to the old guy.
Yeah. Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yep. She asked if
Hi,
I
Al.
could stay.
Hello. Is the audio better?
Oh yeah, way better. So we'll let you know if it's breaking apart, and then that's usually what you have to do, and it's
Okay.
a piece of cake. So, so there's a map I just sent. this is the temple, and when you guys go knock on it, there's a big knocker. When you guys go knock on the door, it takes about 2 minutes, and the doors, you hear the lock gets open, and the doors open up. I mean, we can roleplay that, Ballast, so, if you want.
Yeah, well,
But I'm
just
getting you guys
scanning
together
around.
first. Yeah, I mean, you see a potential guy, possibly.
Okay.
So, but
I'll
you'll still have to ask around. But let's get you guys together first, and then we'll roleplay that.
I'll just kind of try to remember the building that
sure.
the person's near.
Sure, you actually see a kind of a rundown, a pretty rundown stall that kind of sticks out to you, and they got some fruit on there, and it looks kind of rotten, and there's like a lot of flies going around, so that might be a good place to start.
Okay.
So anyways, when the door opens, you guys see a elder lady come up to the door. You can see she's got stringy hair. She's got like a receding hairline. She's got pointed ears, but you can also see human features in her face. She's wearing brown robes, and she's got a medallion in front that has the symbol of the open book.
I'm gonna
I can
bow
hear
down.
whisper. It's cool.
I'm gonna bow down and kiss her feet.
Whoa, how you guys getting on that? And okay. Oh, you're gonna bow down and kiss her feet, and she's like,
Yep.
oh, she's got these like big old buggy eyes. She's like, oh, you don't. What are you doing? Get up. She gets you up right away. We don't do that here. Why are you here?
I'll hand her the flyer that we received.
Oh, that, wait a minute, I forget his name. Her name, actually. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's Roik. Come this way. She leads you down the hallway, and then over to the right here, she leads you to where all these rooms are. You guys are funny. So you walk into the room here, and you can see there's a bunch of beds. There are 2 people sleeping in the beds that look like they were pretty much homeless. You can it gives you that smell, that dirty scent smell, sort of pungent.
Smells like me.
Smells like a little bit of feces. Yeah, probably similar to you, so you don't even notice it. And when you guys walk in there, you see Ander. So if you want to describe yourself, Ander.
Sure. I'm human. I look really, really young. I'm about 6'2", about 150 pounds, so I'm pretty thin. But I'm pretty. I look much younger than I am, and I look much more handsome than you'd expect somebody that looks like they've been rolling around in dirt and muck and stuff. So, but I've got shoulder length black hair and kind of a scowl perpetually.
Are you wearing like formally well-to-do clothes, or are you just wearing regular commoners' clothes?
Yeah, commoners' clothes that look like they're kind of the worst for the wear more than anything. So,
but were they? I mean, does it look good quality? Were they?
Oh yeah, at one point they were. Yes.
Okay. And she says, "This is your rooms where you'll stay." And then she points over to where there's a big table. I think it's like number 4 in the map. She says, "We serve meals twice a day, one in the morning and one at night, at sunset. It's a simple meal, but that's all we can pray for. And then she points to the main section where the octagon shape is. So in there, when you guys walk past that, you notice that that was filled with bookshelves. And it only had maybe about 30% of those bookshelves filled with books. Over by where the number 15 is, there is a desk over there, and you see an elderly man in robes. He's writing stuff down. And you've seen someone walk by. It seems to be a servant come out of the kitchen area and just walk by you. There's stairs that go down to a chamber that's below, and you can see more bookshelves below, and you can see, as you're walking by, you can see there's 6 gates there that seem to be covering up something. And then in the very bottom, there's a fountain that you can see. In the middle of the fountain is a big giant book. It looks pretty old. It's full of mold and stuff. And it looks like it's not so clean.
The book's in the like on a pedestal in the middle of the fountain.
Yeah, it's a stone book. So it's like a stone card book, and you can see water coming out of the middle and water coming out of the sides. So that describes the room and the place you're at. So you guys meet each other. Oh, on the way out, there's one more thing she says. She says, she's like, well, I guess you came at a good time. At least you're off at the streets. If you need to use the books, go ahead. You can ask Master... what is his name? I don't remember what his name is. Ask Master Tough. The man sitting at the desk. He can help you with whatever book you need. And also, tonight, I don't know if you've seen on the way in all the festivities going up. Tomorrow is our... I actually forget exactly what day this is on. There is an exact day that this should be on, but she's like, the day is on. Today is the Night of the Dead. You're not allowed to go out at night. It is the city rules. It's just a custom, but the next day there's a big festival. You'll love it. So I suggest you stay in for the night.
Oh, thanks.
I want to make a perception check to see if everything's as run down as it appears, or if they're trying to cover up something else.
Okay, this place is a pretty rundown temple or whatever. So.
All right.
Oh, thanks for the hospitality, ma'am. I didn't get your name.
Oh, yes! As she's walking away, she's like, I'm Gildan Mistwind. And you can see she's got, like, buggy eyes, just kind of bugging out. And she's like, and what's your name? She kind of looks up, and she's got a little bit of bad breath.
I'm Aldash.
Aldash, is it?
That's right. I'm not from around these parts.
You're not. No. Well, okay, I have to make breakfast. And then she takes off.
Breakfast, okay. Morning.
Yeah, we're getting here right before the market opens.
Yeah, we're just gonna say it's morning, so you guys can spend the day to do whatever you want. So.
All right, so.
And you guys are inside, so there's the noise is cut down quite a bit.
So, Ander, is there a place where we can get a good glass of meat or an ale at this time of day?
A glass of meat? Wow, you guys eat differently around here.
There's always ale to be had.
No, the problem is getting coinage to pay for it. Indeed. Where should we go play?
My suggestion is just wander the city. There seems like you can't throw a stone without hitting a tavern in this town.
Well, Aldesh, I know you want to play some. I know you want to get some games going. Let's go find a game.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, there was one place that you know of for for a bar. It was a grinning lion. You guys passed it on the way in. You guys are welcome to head there, or you can just wander around.
That's not the one that Ryuk and I were at, right?
That is the one.
Oh, it is the one?
Yeah, it is
I'm not
that
going
one.
there.
I'm not going there.
If I hear them
Fair
talking
enough.
about it, if I remember that, I'm going to intercede here.
Look, gents. You see what I have. This is what I have with me. I have nothing to my name. I've got to start accumulating. So let's go. Let's go see what this city has.
Yeah, let's take a look around. I'm sure we can make some gold somewhere.
And if,
I'll tell you what. You guys tell me your stories, and the first round's on me, but I get to pick the place.
It's fair enough.
All right, I'll walk out in the street then with them and go somewhere besides that bar. I'll pick a different one altogether.
Where would you like to go?
Well, let's see.
I mean, you can ask around where a place is at, or you can.
I will ask the old guy at the desk. What was his name? Hold on a second. I got it written down, I think.
His name is Tough.
Master Tough.
Tough.
So is this have you been to this town? Are you just getting here? Or I don't know if you just arrived or not. Or
I just arrived the other night, and things have been interesting already. So I'm not leaving anytime soon.
okay. Anything you'd like to share?
Not yet.
All right.
I'll go ask Tuft or whatever his name is.
Okay.
He's sitting at the desk. I'm assuming writing.
When you walk up there, you see an elderly man. I have his description actually. You see a man. He is probably in his 70s. A human. He's got waxy hair. He's wearing the same brown robes and displays the same symbol on his chest. He is sitting there writing, and he stops writing. He's like, "Oh, what do you want?"
Well, Tuft, if you remember me, I was the one that was looking for that all-important knowledge the other day in the library here.
Oh, yes, that's right. You're I always forget her name. Kenkel's friend or whatever her name is. Oh my god.
Ryuk.
So many different names.
Ryuk.
Yeah, Ryuk. Yeah, that's right. Ryuk's friend. A great
Indeed.
boy. A great boy he is.
Yes, he's
Very
wonderful.
knowledgeable.
Very wonderful boy, even though he's a girl. Yes.
What is that? What?
Nothing.
Yes.
So, my friends here are just new into town, and I'm sure they'd love to have you explain the histories of this great city at some point. But we need to get some food and some drink this morning. Where would you suggest we go for such?
He kind of looks at you guys, and he's like, "You can't afford much, can you?"
I would say it would need to be a more modest place. Yes.
Well, the Grinning Lion's got.
Where can we go make our fortune?
Say that again, boy.
We're here. I'm here to do some business. Let's go find some business.
In that you're not. I don't know where you think you're from, but I suggest you get cleaned up.
Well, give me something to wear and I'll shower or take a bath. I could use a bath, I think, right?
How about you take a bath first? You're gonna have to go to the public springs. Go down to the dock.
Yeah,
just
well
dip
then.
go take a dip.
Tell
back.
us a place.
I'll give you.
Give
ropes.
us a place. Fine.
I told you you can go to the Grinning Lion. They got the slot meal, or you can eat here. Breakfast will be ready in an hour, but it ain't much.
Well, we can eat here. I could go bathe, then I could come back, and then we can go. But we wouldn't have to go to the Grinning Lion.
Okay.
What do you think?
Sir Tuft, where else might we venture to? Grinning Lion seems to be a little drab and a little boring for our taste.
Well, let's see. You can go to a place. No, that would
Quick money and fast women.
Shut up, boy. I'm trying to think. Yeah, and the DM's trying to look up stuff. Where do you want to stay in? The North Ward? You look more like dock types, you ask me, but stay up here, it'd be safer.
Hey, Perf, we can handle it. What's going on at the dock?
You want the dock? What's a good place? It's been a long time since I've hung out in the docks. Bring back memories, you know? Time when I wasn't... never mind. Well, you know what? I wonder if it's still there. There's a place called the, Oarsmen, I think it was called. It's the place with a big giant ship on it. You can't miss it. It's over by the docks. You could try that place, but be careful. It's a bit of a seedy place.
Sounds like my friends and I might fit in a little better there. You don't think we'll have to shower up to go to the docks?
Oh, not that place. It is seedy.
Well, we appreciate your information, Tuft.
Yeah, you know, tonight is the Dead of the Dead. You should be in before dawn.
What happens after dawn?
Well, it is city enforced rules, and it's sort of a custom, but every time about this time of year, it's when, well, they say that the dead walk the streets at night. You know, to keep the dead from coming in, everyone leaves out a bag of valuables, gold and money or whatever. They put it on their front porch, and then that's supposed to keep the dead spirits away. But
oh, and they do that all, you said, right around 7 p.m.?
No, that's dinner. Clean out your ears, boy. He kind of hits you with a little like stick. He has a willow stick. He kind of hits you on that. No, 12. I would be back here by no later than 11.
Thank you for looking out for us, Tuft.
Sure.
We'll be back. We'll be back shortly.
Sure. Okay.
And I'll wander off before he starts to ramble like he did last time.
Okay. He actually is busy today. He doesn't ramble.
So, should I expect like that? Pretty much all of the people we're running into here are probably more powerful than us.
Yes.
So here's one thing to expect. So in this campaign, there's no level. So normally, when you play D&D, most campaigns and adventures are suited to your level. So in this big city, to give you more of a sense of realism, things aren't suited to your level. So you could run into a very, very powerful person. You could run into a nasty creature. You can also run into completely wimpy people just as easy. In fact, the more powerful people are probably going to be more rare. It's like in a normal city, you know, the most powerful, it's hard to get there. So, and a lot of the really powerful creatures, you know, they're shunned by the city, so they're not allowed to like walk out in the streets or anything like that. So there is no
typical, like,
what's that?
like Tough, or like what about a typical guy like Tough? Would I, expect he's just a townsfolk, just a untrained type of random townfolk character?
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be you have skills in your character that you can try to use insight to pick people up, to maybe gauge people, what you think of them, and that kind of stuff. So you can use that skill if you're good at it, which I think you might be.
You also got to think about kind of what said through conversation too. So if he's familiar with the docks from his younger days and all the rest, he may be tougher than he lets on too. So you never
I'm
know.
just still not too happy about him hitting me with a stick.
Just remember it. Just remember that. That's all.
Yeah, sure.
So, all right, guys, you want to check out the dock?
Well, how about I get a chance to bathe real quick and change into some new robes so that I don't look like I'm coming off a.
Well, he told you to go
pig
down to the
wagon.
dock and go take a dip in the water, which is so in the city. You know, to
Where you
go.
gonna get-
The dock is all the way down at the south side. That will take you. You know, it'll take you guys a good 2 hours to get there because you got to go way up the hill and the street is crowded. It's a pretty nice day out, so there's a lot of people out.
Well, I mean, if I'm going to make money in the way I want to make money and meet the people that I want to make money with, I should probably take a dip and change my robes or change my clothes so I can make money or find money.
Sure.
Where are you getting new clothes from?
Well, they said I could get a pair of robes back here at the House of Knowledge.
Oh,
So
Yeah,
I
but
just
he
have
wants
to
you to
find
take
a
a
bath
dip.
somewhere real quick.
Yep. There, and in this thing too, there's not too much such thing as fast traveling because you're in a city full of people and things are happening. So on the way there, any number of things can happen. Treat it as like going across a continent in a normal campaign or something like that.
Well, I guess here's the question then. So am I like 12 days travel smelly or just like regular travel smelly?
You're whatever you want.
All right, then I'm good. Let's just go down the docks.
Cool.
We'll deal with it. But
All right.
I want to make perception rolls. You know, every so often to check out for the person that I want to hang out with.
Okay, those are your regular perception because we don't keep just doing rolls normally.
Yeah.
Just because it just takes a lot of time. I mean, you're somewhat perceptive. He told you that the dock is a little bit more of a rougher neighborhood, so you know you can kind of
I
figure
know.
out. And he's sending
But
you to
some
a rough
of the
place.
people I want to deal with might not be.
yeah, I thought we kind of
No.
went on already since we had a 2-hour walk, right?
Yep.
Okay, Dock Ward, huge. Actually, that's not that huge. Oops. Do I have a really huge one? Oh, I didn't put it up here yet. That's okay. We can just use this. This is fine. I didn't make this one super huge yet. So let me give you a map of Dock Ward. So you guys have to travel basically from the North Ward. He tells you can just take the high road all the way down to the North Ward, which is the main road. But you guys are welcome to go any which way you want. You can look at the large map of Waterdeep, and you guys go out to the streets.
So that one you just popped up, we're on the high road right now. That's what you're saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys
Okay.
are on the high road going down to the Dock Ward. I just put that up there so there's enough time to go up. I'll show you.
Is Alcott still? Are we still right with him, or
What?
are we still right with Tuff, or do we walk away from him?
No, we won't.
left.
Yeah, you guys are leaving, so I can
We're going
bring
down
up
the high road.
the map here, the main map, and show you that. So like North Ward, I think you're about I'll put a box to right where you're at. I think you're like you're around there, I think. And you gotta travel through you know, like the trade ward and all that kind of stuff. So on the way there, I'll tell you what happens.
Random encounters.
Pretty much. Okay, when you guys are walking there, you notice there's one of the streets. We don't need to worry about exactly what street it is unless it comes to that. You notice down the street that they looks like it's getting ready for a festival. It's sort of closed off. It's actually a street you guys wanted to go down, this part of High Road, and they're making you go around it, and they're putting up parchments around, and they're talking about the day of life, is what it says in common. And you can see they're getting a lot of stuff ready. They got like rides for kids on ponies, and you can see they're building some stalls and that kind of stuff. And they're putting up a bunch of lanterns that on string. And then they got like made out of wood. They're painting like flowers that go all around and stuff like that. It looks like it's going to be a happening festival.
Is there? So who's doing it? Does it look like
and as you guys are looking over at this, you guys hear a horse hoofs come up behind you, and you see, looking behind you, you see a man. Apparently he's dressed in noble clothing. He kind of looks down at you and he's like, "Out of the way, scum! Make room for your lord."
He's on a horse?
Yes, he is on a horse.
Can I make an insight roll to see if he looks like a user?
Yeah.
I'll step out of the way of the horse and giving a very sarcastic flourish of a bow to the Lord.
Do you want to hide it, or do you want to make it really apparent?
Me?
Yeah.
I want to make it very apparent.
Bellis, you don't think anything of it. He kind of looks at you.
Right.
He says, "Scum, you should be bringing me my drinks."
We don't have enough money to bring you your drinks, you load.
Are you talking to me?
Cash,
He looks around. He's like, "Are you talking to me?"
I think I was talking to your horse,
I did not tell you to talk.
So is he alone?
Yes, he's alone on the horse. I mean, there are definitely people around. I can tell you who's around if you want to know.
But it's a crowded area, so really,
Yeah, there's people. I mean, all the streets are crowded pretty much during the day, except for maybe the seediest streets or something like that.
I'll just kind of back away if he seems to be berating Ballast, and just kind of want to blend back into the crowd a little bit, but keep an eye on what's happening.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna step back out of the way, but really not take one step away for the horse to go by.
He's like, "It serves you right. You do not talk down to nobles here. I don't know where you're from, but you're obviously not from here. Disrespectful little muggets." And then he kind of walks by, and he ends up spitting on Ander.
Does he look intoxicated?
You can roll an insight check.
Sure. What do I roll?
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go into your skills.
Go to skills on the right side.
And then there's a +2 under insight, which is like the whatever down it is. You got a couple extra ones there. We'll get rid of those. And yeah, you perfect. So basically, no, you have no idea. He looks like a noble. He looks like a noble being a noble to you.
So as the guy spits at me as he rides by, I want to try and commit his face to memory as much as I possibly can.
Sure. If you want, you can make a roll, and just write it down as notes. Right, write it down notes in your character.
Okay.
Yeah, like his a house symbol or colors or
right.
He does have some kind of symbol on
coat
him.
of arms.
I also
I will give you that later. We don't have to do that now, but
no, it's fine. Does he happen to shoulder past any of the workers or anybody else as he goes by too?
He goes right in. They move out of the way for him, so you can.
He's on a horse, right?
Yes, you can see some of the people bow to him as he goes.
All right, so one of the people that bow, I want to walk up to real quickly and just say, sorry to interrupt. I see you're very, very busy. Who was that fine noble that just passed through?
Damn you. Okay. That is a good. Then you're gonna make me look stuff up.
You don't. Cool. But you can do it later if you want. I don't care.
I'll do it now because it's you're asking. You get it. They're like, oh, that's Sir Hawkenwinter. I'll give you the name. Actually, Hawkwinter, but Hawkenwinter sounds better.
I'll do that then. Whatever.
Does the person that Anders speaking with have a coin purse is visible?
They're a worker and they're putting up the lanterns there, getting some string ready. But they have a pouch at their side.
So when he says, is it him or her, or is this dock worker?
It's a him.
It's a him. Okay. Oh, Sir Hawkwinter. He's what? Man, in my memory, what is he again? Where is his house and what does he do?
So we're teaming up here.
Let me see if there's any information of him on the net because I don't have that available.
Is he still close to us? Is he out of far away?
You're breaking up again, Al. What'd you say?
Sorry, is he far away?
The noble?
Yeah, he's walked off in his horse. You guys are talking to the servant that just bowed to him, that was getting some things ready for the festival.
Do I need to relog in, or can you hear me all right?
You might want to try relogging in. It's breaking up. I could hear it slowly breaking up. Freaking bastards.
So,
bro,
Sean, if Vander is speaking directly to the person biting and taking his attention, I use that as an advantage to take his pouch.
No, it'd just be a normal roll. So, I mean, you could if you guys were setting it up that way. You'd have to pre-tell him to kind of help you, because then he could help you.
Can I can't while he's speaking.
No, that's
gain
normal.
Eye contact.
Okay, so normally when you pickpocket, that's when you do pickpocket, right?
I know.
If you want advantage on the roll, he'd have to know about it, and he'd have to be helping you.
I whispered to him and said, "Can we use that as a distraction?" But I don't know if I can tell you that.
Is he? What is he doing? You can tell me.
Well,
that.
he just changed his tactics and it started asking more questions.
Are you trying to distract him? How are you gonna distract him, Ben?
Well, if I see Bell start to approach, I'll just put my arm on him and kind of turn him away and just kind of say, I hate to distract you from your work today. I know you guys are busy prepping for the day of life, but it's very important that I know who this noble is so that I can pay my proper respects to him. I think I inadvertently offended him.
Oh, yes. Oh, so you roll a were you gonna use your hands to distract him? Is that what you're doing? Or you just...
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
not you, Mark. I'm just saying, Ben. Okay, roll. You can roll your sleight of hand.
Okay.
Kind of
With
give him a blind
advantage or
spot. No, Ben's gonna roll a sleight of hand to see if he gives
He
you
might
advantage
distract
for it. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm
alright.
assuming in the tower.
Yeah. Why not?
What does that mean in the tower? I mean, I see the little tower icon, but I don't know what it.
When you roll it, you guys don't get to see the number. Only I get to see it.
Yeah. It's a blind roll.
So
You just drop the dice down there.
as Adder says that, you can see that what's your name? Oh yeah, Bellist. You see her opening. You can see him just exactly put his hand right there, and it gives you a great blind spot. You think you can do it really good. So
do I get advantage or no?
yeah. If someone's helping you, you always get advantage. I just want to see how good of it he did.
Guess so.
Yeah, you steal his paint.
And his wife.
And his wife.
Okay, Mark, you get a pouch and no one's the wiser. Like, no one even notices.
Alright.
Andrew, you don't even know if he took it. So, and he
Then
tells you...
Then I'll continue trying to distract him if I have no idea if he did it. So I'm just gonna keep.
Yeah. You just keep
face.
going, right? So he says, "How's Hawk and Winter? They deal with soldiering garrisons and guardianships and such. They're quite powerful here. I wouldn't mess with them."
That's right. I did know that. I pardon me. Like I said, my memory is it's just not what it used to be, which makes no sense. But and where would I go to pay my respects? Where would I encounter Sir Hawkwinter?
Where would you encounter him? He tells you at a place. Make me look it up. Is that the Hawk? I think he lives at the Hawkwinter Villa. It is. I'm gonna see if he knows first. So.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but it's a really big place in the North Ward.
Well, that's very helpful. Okay.
Yeah.
He
rolled like a 1, so.
That's very kind of you. Do you think anyone that you were associated with may know a little more information than that? You know, the North Ward's an awfully large place. I would hate to miss my opportunity to redeem myself with Sir Hawkwinter.
Well, I'm kind of busy right now.
I'll take a silver piece out of my pouch and just kind of reach out and shake his hand and say, I really do appreciate the time. Is there any more information you may be able to provide me with, or maybe another contact that might be able to give me some information?
Gedrol, come here. Do you know Hawkwinter? Do you know them? Do you know where they live? He's all excited now. So as far as gold goes out and stuff, so you got copper pieces, you got silver pieces, and gold. Okay, like a dock worker probably makes about 25 gold a year. You know, that's like their wages. Okay, so
silver could be like a weekly or something salary.
Silver. Yeah,
some
definitely.
Do
it's
weekly
like
or monthly.
Yeah, it's 10 silver per gold, right? I think.
Yeah, these are the lowest paying jobs, so. And they go in increments of 10. Like every 10 copper is 1 silver piece. Every 10 silver piece is 1 gold, and so on. And there's more than that too. But
if this guy tries to put the silver in his money purse.
Yeah, no, he's really happy. So he's like, what was his friend's name? Garden or Gaiden.
Sure.
We'll call him Gaiden. And Gaiden kind of looks up and he's like, yeah, I know where he is. He's over at Tower March and Inmar Street. That's where their house is. What do you want to know, Adrian? And then Adrian goes, oh, these kind people just wanted to know. He just gets up. Anything else you want?
So you're setting up for the day of life here. What can you tell me about the festival? Who's throwing the festival, and what are you celebrating besides life?
Oh, well, today marks the day when the god Miracle died in the streets of Waterdeep. I think I'm saying that right, Mark? The god, old god
Miracle?
of bones, yeah, Miracle, yeah.
Miracle, yeah. I see. It looks like quite the setup and quite the operation here. Who's running it? Who's in charge, I guess?
Well, this one here, is Hawkenwinter.
Oh, that makes complete sense. Do you know, will he be attending the festival this afternoon?
Well, the festival is until tomorrow morning.
Oh, it's after the...
Yeah, he should be here. I think it's a couple other nobles.
Got it.
But I know it's Hawkenwinter's mostly.
Oh, well, it's good to know. Maybe I'll attempt to pay my respects here at the festival then, and rather than disturb him at home. But I appreciate all the information.
Oh, you're welcome.
Well met.
Well met. And your name?
My name is Rollin.
There you go.
I'm Adrian. And he's looking at you guys. He points out his hand.
Right. Turn around, walk away.
Yeah.
What nice guys.
I walked
He's all
away.
happy.
I walked away several minutes ago.
Okay. So you guys continue on?
So can I look around? Just what are the buildings by us look like they are?
Yeah. Do we pass any gaming houses or anywhere where I think would be interesting to go into for a purchase?
Let's see here. I mean, a lot of those places will be on the North Ward, but I mean, you pass various businesses. You pass a really big noble house, and 50. It's probably about looking all this shit up.
Does it? I mean,
Just a sec.
does anybody know? Does anybody have thieves' cant?
I do not.
What's Thieves' Cant? I do have Thieves' Cant. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I can read it.
It's the secret language of thieves.
I do. Okay, so I do have that. Yes.
Yep. So you'd be able to look and see, for specific symbols on for guilds or for
you pass
for
on
buildings
the way...
that.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, well, just buildings that may have less scruples or have activity that underground activities.
Look around and see if I see anything interesting.
You can't look for thieves' cant. The thieves' cant is a special language. It's like ghetto speak that only the ghetto people know.
I thought it was going to be symbolized on buildings and stuff too. My mistake.
It can be, but not not it's usually not out in the open like that. You'd have to go to maybe like shady areas or something like that, you know. Not you guys are
Probably
in a
that's where we're going.
yeah,
There's
exactly.
Lots of valleys
would
and
be
whatnot.
yeah, that'd be a better place to look for it. You don't usually see it out in the open like this. It's more hidden. So anyways, one of the places you pass by is Aurora's Realms shop, High Road catalog counter. That's N50 on the map. Don't worry about the locations. You pass a place. It's called the House of Healing. You pass some sets, Splendid Shoes and Boots.
What? I'm gonna look in my
no,
in the
Solmest.
pouch.
I'm sorry, Solmest Splendid Shoes and Boots. What's that?
What
Yeah.
did I get in the pouch?
You got yourself 2 copper pieces.
Sweet.
You're rolling it now.
I could
Hey,
buy us a beer. That's about it.
I mean,
So
yeah, you
as-
pickpockets the servants, you ain't getting much.
As we walk past the Splendor Shoes or whatever the hell it was called, does
Yes.
that resonate with me? Because do I remember that name specifically? 'Cause
Do you remember that name? If
I
you remember,
do.
you remember. Then good,
Okay.
your character does.
You gotta roll.
So if we walk past it, I'm gonna just kind of pause, take a half a step back, look at that place, and say, "We need to make a pit stop."
Why's that?
Remember how I said we had some interesting things happen?
Yeah.
This is the start of that. So, so this building that we're here, I know it's early morning, right, or early start morning, and the streets are loaded here. Does it look like the shop is closed up, or does it look like
It is open. It is
It's
open.
open.
So let me share. I will get you guys right in the
What?
right location.
What's the name of the
So,
shop?
It's Solmet Splendid Shoes and Boots.
So, Ander, what do you know about this place?
We met the owner the other night, and needless to say, he's a bit taken with my sister.
Delightful. Is she nice? Is she single?
Where's this place?
She's meaner than an alley cat, so I don't think I would do that even to you, friend.
You don't really know what I like.
So he's a friend of your sister? What, does he sell shoes? Why are we going to see this guy?
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
You might be interested in helping us with our adventure here.
Well, that's very vague. Ander?
Come on, you're a gambler. This is a game of choice. We're picking a shoe store. You know, it's random. Let's go.
Looks like we could all use a new pair of shoes.
But our friend here obviously is holding back some information about this shoe store.
You'll see. I promise. It'll be entertaining.
All right.
Okay. You guys come up to a 2-story. Wait a minute. What is it? It is a C. So it's a 2-story wooden place. It looks old. It has some water damage to the wood and the outside. It has glass windows, and there's a door in there, and there's people going in and out of the place. You can see someone just walking past you. They have new boots on.
Does it look like there's more people than should be coming in and out of a shoe shop, or is it normal traffic?
You can roll a
Like an insight roll?
Yeah,
Investigation,
I guess
history.
that'd be insight. That'd be insight.
Like tower or no tower?
Tower, I guess. I mean, you don't really know Waterdeep well enough to know. I mean, there's a lot of people that are here, so You're not really sure, but there's a lot of people getting boots.
So,
If all right, if I use
You see outside. There's people unloading a wagon.
are people wearing the same kind of boots?
No.
Okay.
So outside, on the side, there's like a little side alley. You can see there is a cart and people unloading items into the place in boxes. It looks like. Is there anything unoccupied? Let me see. There a bill. You have to roll a perception check, L-Dash.
Okay.
So perception, if you just look under your skills and then you just roll that, that's fine. You think there's a place that's empty?
Can I roll to, like, if I know what it looks like, a shop or like a residence?
It looks like a house, but it's really hard to tell. I mean, that's something that's pretty hard to tell, right? So
Okay.
let me get a grid on here. But I'll point it out. I mean, there's no telling it until you get in it, but it doesn't look, it appears to be one of the windows is boarded up over there, so.
Is that that's N50 or N49?
No, it's where I put the blue box at.
it's north of N50.
North of N50. Okay.
Yeah.
So I see people going in and out of there, right? So I'm gonna just kind of casually scroll into the shoe shop and see if I see Sir Solmest in there.
Okay. You.
So hey guys, I'm just going to hang out here while you guys are shoe shopping. Might just take a look around.
We'll pick you up a nice pair.
Sounds good.
I can use new shoes.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
I don't, I don't really have any.
We'll deal with the people walking in first. So when you guys walk in, you see a place filled with shelves with lots of shoes and boots. Everything from slippers to very nicely designed work boots and even combat boots. You see them all on display. There are 3 workers on the floor. There is a counter in the back end. And through that counter, you can see there's a door open. You can see people from the alleyway that are bringing in the boxes. You can see that being brought in. I don't really have a map for this. I don't think we'll need one, but
Do those boxes look like they could handle multiple pairs of shoes at a time, or
they are.
do they look?
The boxes are. They're like anywhere from a foot cube crate to larger, where it takes 2 men to carry. So you'd say like a 3-foot cube crate or something.
How many patrons are in the store looking at shoes?
There are 6 people in here looking at shoes.
Do I see Sir
So-
Solmest there?
You see what's that?
Do I see?
Yes, you see in the back that you can see the fat man in the back there. Because you remember he was a pretty pudgy guy. He had a big burly beard, and you can see he has a bandage on his head, and it looks like he's got like a bruise. And he's like, "I put it over there, and that one goes there. Hurry up! I don't got all day." In here, you see there are 2 girls that are dressed in silk. They're very fanciful looking girls, human. There looks like maybe a merchant type person is in here. and you can see what seems to be by the girls. There are two nobles, and they seem to be looking at the shoes, and you can tell people are nobles by the dress they wear. They wear very fine clothing and stuff like that. Generally in the realms, that means a noble. So the person outside, you notice something fly overhead. You see what looks to you to be a griffin. That you guys are separated, so you can't whisper to each other. But
not all of us.
Okay. Well, if you're gonna whisper, you can just say it for real, because your characters would be talking to each other, right? So
That's true.
Maybe.
I mean, how are you whispering then? You can't communicate in his brain, so.
I'm chatting with Andrew as we go in the store, like, well, what's the story with the sir, and how are we gonna work this store?
You're gonna do that while you're walking in.
If he starts to have the conversation, I'll just kind of look to him and say, I'll handle it.
Okay, so in Eldash, when you're outside, you see what looks like three hippogriffs fly overhead, they're like horse type flying creatures that have feathery wings, and you can see there are three men riding on top of these beasts. They're pretty far up, but you get glints of armor, purple and gold glints of armor. You've seen some of the guardsmen wearing the same armor.
Okay. Did you want to handle them first, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna handle them first, but I'm just telling you, all this kind of happened all at once.
And just so I know, were they going in a direction? Did I know that?
They went into the building where there's the 5. It's the N49.
N49.
Yeah.
I was talking about the hippogriffs.
They were flying. They're flying towards the big mountain. The big mountain is over to the southwest.
Okay.
Should we put ourselves on the board?
You don't have to. It's fine.
Yeah.
If I were to get a map for every little situation, we'd be here forever. So.
Yeah, I don't need that. So.
Yeah. So, anyways, you can see that the girls inside are flirting with the noblemen that are there. It seems to be a merchant guy. He's looking for shoes. Everyone in here is human. Yeah.
Do I see enough of a distraction from the young ladies with the nobles to take a purse?
That's up for you to decide.
So if he breaks off, that's fine. I'm gonna. We see the young girls there. We see Sir Sulmest in the back, kind of directing traffic for the stuff coming. Is there anybody overseeing the girls or whoever's working in this?
There's 3 workers in here, and someone comes up and greets you. He's a man in tan trousers and a white tunic. He's dressed okay, but he has the finest shoes you've ever seen on. He has a little bit of dirt on his off-white tunic.
Okay.
So he kind of agrees. He's got a mustache. He's like, well,
I'll do my best. I'll do my best impression. I'll do my best impression of a formal bow and greeting to him and say, "Well met, sir. You have to pardon my appearance. We've just traveled a long distance. I haven't had a chance to even change out of these rags and into some finery. I was looking for Lady Sulmest. Is Lady Sulmest present?"
Lady Sulmest is not here.
That's a shame. I have a special delivery for her.
I'm gonna yank on Andrew's sleeve. Say, Master, look at my shoes. Are those the shoes you wish to purchase?
Nice.
Not now, Igor. Not now. And I'll just gotta pat him away.
So any time while you guys are playing, you guys can, you're welcome to do flashbacks to get your inspiration and all that kind of stuff. So, Okay.
If the guy kind of gives me an odd look, I'll just say, you know how it is these days to be able to find good help is about impossible. Poor Igor. He's been hit one too many times by a brick and kicked in the face too many times by a mule.
I see that.
You throw the bricks. You throw the bricks.
I see that, and he has quite a stench. You might not want to stand over by those guys over there. They might not like it. But all deliveries.
I'm gonna go stand over by those guys.
Go to the side and talk to Sulmist. You can give him the delivery yourself.
Indeed. Can you get his attention for me? I see he's back and busy. I don't want to interrupt. Unless you want me to walk back to him, of course.
I'm here to help paying customers. All deliveries go to the side.
Indeed. Thank you.
All right. So we go to the side.
Well met. All right.
I'm going to go stand by the other nobles
you guys-
really quick, though, to waft my smell.
Okay. and you see one of the nobles kind of look over and they're like, "Ooh, what is that? Get it out of here! Get!" And you see the girls kind of giggle.
I'm going to grapple him.
What?
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, yeah, here we go. All right, you get a surprise attack. So, before you do that, let's find out what L-Dash is doing. But
Okay.
you can roll your initiatives. You're still in surprise round. And none of these are in here.
What? I'm basically just gonna hug the guy, but it's a grapple, right?
Oh, well, if you're going to hug him, I don't think we need to do combat, do we?
They don't know that.
You guys are hugging a noble.
I'm not hugging anybody.
Well, one person is, and that's not a good thing. I mean, are you going to make it look like a hug, or are you going to make it like a grapple? Because if you're doing, I mean, yeah,
it's basically just a hug because I know that he's disgusted by my appearance, and I'm gonna try to hug him.
So can I ask a question? Just kind of still getting used to this. So my guess would have been in broad daylight if we see a noble, like the guy running down the street before. What if I just decided to try to, control him with my weapon there and begin? I guess that would begin a combat. But let's just say hypothetically I killed him. I'm just trying to see how this interaction works. If you kill a noble in broad daylight, would there likely to be repercussions against you as a scoundrel in this town?
Yes.
Why don't you try? I mean, things are realistic here. I mean, if you watch Game of Thrones or anything like that, I mean, what would happen if you do something to a noble or something like that?
Exactly, and that's what I wanted. That's why I crossed my mind to try a few things in the first guy that walked by. That's why I asked how many people were around and things like that. I just wanted to make sure I was I feel like I'm being really quiet and listening right now because I'm trying to kind of get a vibe for how things are going to go with things like that.
Yeah.
Now, what Ballast is doing right now is basically suicide. And
if he just wants to rub
I've already
that, right?
Yeah.
I've already kind of set the groundwork though as an idiot assistant, right?
True. That is true.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
So anyways, L-Dash, you're outside. Did you want to do anything? So you got,
Definitely.
a couple rounds, which is maybe like a minute or two.
The first thing I wanted to do is just the building that they're in before I do anything else. I wanted to see if there was any back entrance and if there's any windows I could kind of peer in.
I mean, there is the alley where they see they're unloading stuff.
Okay, but there's active unloading.
You can go back there. It doesn't look like there's anyone to stop you, but I mean, there's a couple men unloading a two-horse cart, and they're unloading stuff into this place in boxes and stuff.
And it appears like they're unloading the shoes kind of into the back room.
Oh, you don't know what's in the boxes, but yeah, it's a side room. It's like an alley on the side, and there's like a side doors where they're.
I'd just like to walk by and kind of just peek in at first and see if I notice. Just want to see what that room kind of looks like.
Okay. As you walk by and you take a peek in, you notice it's a the back of the store, and you can see the counter is there, and it's like behind the counter area. It's kind of all open store, and there's stairs going up, and there's like desks back there, and there's some other rooms back there. And then as you peek out, you see a guy. He kind of poke his head out. He's like, "Hi, what are you doing here?" He kind of looks at you and gives you a weird look.
Just walking by, sir.
This is a work alley. Leave us alone.
Ridiculous. And I keep on walking.
Okay, you go past him. So now you're in the back of the building. You can see that there's 2 doors on the back of the building, and there are some windows, but the shutters are closed in the back.
And you said as I walked by, it seemed like there was just a counter, and it was all open, meaning it was connected, and the customers could kind of see to the back.
you could even see Ender, and you could see Bellis on just walking in, and you could see the nobles. Everything I described. You could see that as you walk by.
I'd like to head across the street and check out the possibly abandoned-looking building.
Okay. You go back, and they kind of like sniff up their nose, like, "What are you doing?" They're weirded out about you hanging out by them when they're unloading.
Yeah, I just kind of walk away from them guys.
Okay. You walk over to the room. Okay, we'll say as you're doing that, you see Bellis go to hug a noble. Like you're peering in, you can just see it about to happen. Just so you can, be part of it if anything happens. So let me get some commoners. Noble commoners, right?
And
actually, I think I do have one of those.
That reminds me of the time that my mentally challenged younger brother tried to hug a stranger.
Perfect.
In town, and it was really a strange situation. I didn't know what was going on, and I had to, kind of cover for him and explain to the gentleman that he was hugging that he just doesn't have his wits with him, and he was born this way, and I really had to apologize, and we barely escaped there.
That's awesome. You can give yourself inspiration.
Perfect.
So if you.
And I think I should get advantage when I roll for my sleight of hand after I grapple him.
Yeah, you probably would if you successfully grapple him. Yes.
Yeah.
So Aldash, you're gonna get inspiration if you go on your main page of your character sheet. Yeah, you found it. No problem. Someone plays games.
Okay.
So let me put some commoners in here. So the commoners are the women. The 1 and 2 are the women, and the rest are the whatever. And you can see the nobles. So there's a combat tracker. If you go in their upper right-hand corner, there is the second one over on the top, on the left. It looks like 2 swords crossed. That's your combat tracker. That'll show you what's going on.
Okay.
I'm not going to use a map for this. This gives you an idea of what goes on with combat and initiatives and stuff like that. So, so if I can get you guys all to roll initiative, we might need it, we might not, I don't know. Initiative is on your character sheet. If you go to your main page, there's right smack in the middle, right next to AC, there's INIT and speed. INIT is your initiative. If you roll that little, what is it? That little dice there? Yeah. And now I got sounds hooked up, so you should hear sounds for attacks and all that shit, which is pretty cool. I didn't quite make those; they were just already pre-done, so some of them might be cheesy, but whatever.
You said that I got. You said that I got a surprise for the grapple, though, right?
Yes, surprise. So the way this works is initiative. Everyone goes in order. When it's your turn, you take your attack or whatever you want to do. There's also a surprise round, which is round 0. So if anyone does like a move, or let's say you're hitting and you want to attack, you're hidden from someone, you want to attack them, you'd get to act on your surprise round. Okay, and that's round 0. So nobody gets, since no one knew that he was going to do this, this is round 0, and he gets a surprise, basically. During round 0, you don't get to do anything until it's the beginning of the round. So basically, Bellis gets a free action.
So I get to use an acrobatics roll for with advantage for my grapple, right?
Yeah. You can just roll. Yeah, you just roll. You just hit ADV, and then you roll your roll. And this guy is. You hear one of the ladies go, "Watch out, Jaden!" And then he's like, "Oh my God!" And you go and grapple him. He's like, he looks down at you, and you hug him. He looks down on you. He's like, "Ah, I'm being pulverized!" And then the other person goes, "Unhand him right now!"
All right.
And then I will. And then, but with L-Dash's intervention, do I get advantage on a sleight of hand as I release?
Sure. I mean, that can be your bonus action attack for your.
Oh, okay.
Well, your first one can be your bonus action attack for your grapple, and then actually, I think you only get one. You only get one grapple per turn, so you'll have to wait to the next initiative. But yeah, to do that.
Okay.
So next up is you see one of the ladies. She kind of stands back. She doesn't do anything. She's like, "Oh my God!" She screams. And then you see the merchant guy. He kind of looks over. He has a stunned face on him. And it's back to. So now we're at round 1. Basically, so that was surprise round. Now we're at round 1, and we're going in order. So first one was commoner 1, and then the merchant is commoner 4. So let me put on merchant there so you understand it better.
Can I just ask, what was my intervention? Like just
you were explaining what happened with your disabled brother.
So I was in character explaining that to you guys. That's what I
Yes.
was trying to understand. You know.
Yes. So
That's your history point.
Did I just yell in that back door like?
No. You don't. You're not yelling this. This is just a flashback that this gives you. Okay.
Hey guys, I got this little brother that hugged somebody once.
This doesn't mean it was necessarily real time, like it's happening right this second.
Yes,
We could be sitting down having a beer or ale or something, or
Yeah.
Or it happens when you're running in the side door after I disengage.
right.
So it's more a mechanic. It's a way so that you can tell the story about your character, and you're making it as you go. So it's so that if you die at first level, that you're not too attached to your character right away. And it's a lot more interesting way than we normally do this. So this is not the normal way of doing it. It actually adds a lot to the game. It's kind of cool.
Really cool. I'm just trying to understand as I go on how the play's like playing out too.
Well, you get inspiration for it, which you can use to re-roll if you mess something up. So let's say you're about to go kill someone and you roll bad, but you can have a flashback to try to do better because that reminded you of something, basically, is the idea. So,
and just so I know, before the round 1 combat starts, I'm kind of like right by that back door still, so I'm involved. Like
yeah. That's why I had you there so that you've seen this happening, so you could be involved if something happened. Otherwise, I would have had you go to the room and yeah. Anyways, so Ballast, it's your turn, and then as it gets down to your turn, Aldash, then you can say what you want to do, and we'll explain everything.
All right. So, do I get advantage on the sleight of hand or no?
Certainly.
So I'm disengaging.
Are you gonna do it without other people seeing it?
Well, I mean the guy's grappled and controlled, so everybody's kind of freaking out. So I'm using him as a shield and just kind of running him around, smiling and laughing, and I'm just.
Okay. So you're gonna do So you're doing a physical thing. So you do a stealth for this. Give me a stealth to see if nobody sees, and then a sleight of hand to actually do it without him noticing or anything like that. So.
You want it in the tower or no?
No, you'll know. You'll know if people see. They'll probably say something. So your stealth isn't with advantage, but I think I seen a 10, and let me see what your total is. What would you be your total with a 10?
15.
Well, no. Why don't you just roll again because
right.
That'd be like disadvantage essentially. Cool. So probably no one notices. you don't notice anyone freaking out about this. So go ahead.
Do I get
make
advantage with the stealth?
Yeah, you automatically get advantage because you're grappled.
Okay.
So
same roll.
that's gonna be versus perception. Oh man. Okay. He's like, unhand me! Guards! Somebody call the guards! This filthy little mugget has grabbed me! And the other one goes, unhand him! He goes and takes a boot, and he's gonna raise it up against you. We'll call him Noble number 2. You grabbing Noble number 1.
He's hitting me with a boot?
Yes, he's gonna hit you with a boot.
Okay.
These guys weren't well armed or anything, so. And you didn't ask to look.
I think it's
so you get your movement. That's your action, so you get your movement also.
All right. I'll go towards the back door.
So you unhand him. And you have to go through the counter to go towards the back door. And right now you can see the workers in the room, which I don't really have them on here, but they're
actually no. I know. I'll just hang on to him and kind of playfully use him as a human shield.
Well,
okay. You basically have, because you have him grappled, you have control of his movement, so you can move him around if you want.
Mm-hmm. And I'll just like be giggling like hysterically as I'm doing this.
Okay. Where do you want to move?
I'm gonna move.
You can do old school way.
I'm gonna move back directly to where my back is next to the clerk desk, and then have him in front of me.
Okay. He's like, unhand me right now! And you can see the girls go, oh my god, they're screaming, and you see the merchant in there, he runs out, basically. On his turn, you can see him running. So Andrew, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna open-handed backhand just grab a hold of Ballast and say, Igor, let him go! This is not your uncle! That's not your uncle. He gets so confused so easily. Please forgive him. He's very simple-minded. One too many kicks to the head. Igor, let him go.
I'm gonna look at him and kind of shake my head and just keep laughing.
Okay. All right. So now it's the noble's turn. He's gonna try to escape. So this is gonna be a verse roll.
Yep.
And you get advantage because you are proficient with grappling.
I have to make another.
Yeah.
I have to make another acrobatics roll.
Yes, with advantage. Well, what do you know?
Okay.
He tries to escape, and he does a pretty good job for being a clumsy, a pretty clumsy noble. But he can't. He actually tries. You can see him trying to do some kind of technique that you've seen other trained people do, but he does it in a very bad way. So, he's like, unhand me! You can see like his eyes are getting watery. Eldash, it's your turn. So you're from outside the building.
Yeah.
You're probably about I don't know, 30 feet away or so.
Oh, so that's farther than I thought. Okay. How far can I? I'm 30 feet away from the door.
Yeah, you can travel like 30 feet and around, so you can get right up to him if you want.
Up there, the door, or like 30 feet away from him?
Him, yes.
Okay, good. That's fine. What are the workers doing? That would bring the boxes in?
They're around. I mean, they're not
But
gonna.
I want to know from like what's going on. They're starting to pay attention to that.
Gosh, maybe I need a story. I don't want to lay it out, but basically, they're around. You can just go past them. It's fine. No one's gonna like outwardly stop you if you run in, because they're gonna be stunned. So.
I want to, since I'm right behind the back door, right, and the other side of the counter, while all that's going on, and the noble's trying to get free, I want to stealth in the back door and try to steal a cash box behind the counter.
Okay. You won't be able to stealth because there's so many people in here. It's during the day, but you can walk in, and then behind the counter you do see two boxes. One that well, both of them look like they're easy open boxes. Oftentimes they're cash boxes. So. Can
I try to use like the counter as cover, like crawl in, like so people don't see me?
You can walk in and you can try to use sleight of hand. But okay. you're gonna do that with a disadvantage because there's so many people around and stuff like that.
Okay. So, and you said I do see a box there, right?
I mean, you see two boxes behind the counter, and there's people stepping right there, and you're trespassing in a way, so you might have other consequences too to deal with soon.
Well, again, that's why I was trying to get an idea of the area. I thought they may have all been on the other side of the counter paying attention to.
No, I mean you're at the side, and at the side there's a cart with two horses, and people are there. There's a lot of people unloading. There's Solmet, which is the fat guy that's kind of telling them where to put stuff. Fat guy with a beard. And a bump on his head that's telling them where to put stuff, all in the back here. You go through the back, and then right there is the counter, and then there's the shop right past the counter. And this is it's all kind of like an open layout. There's stairs up, and there's two doors on the back side. So you can basically, I mean, if you want to walk in and do it, you could. But there's people all around, and you're walking in someone's shop, basically, that told you get out of here. So.
And those people in the back they're not even affected by what's going on in the shop then. They're not distracted.
I mean, they probably don't even notice so much, or you can see like two guys looking over going, "Oh, that's strange. What's going on?" And you can, I mean, this is like seconds that this happened. So, it's only been like 6 seconds. So there's.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk in. Okay. Walk in the back. I can't stealth in. You said so. I guess I'm gonna try to crawl in and try to be unnoticed.
I mean, there's you're out in the open, so that's why you can't. In the day, you just can't like stealth like that. Now, if you went around the back and snuck in some other way, you possibly could, but not. You can't just walk in front of people and be like, "I'm stealth," unless you had invisibility or something like that. And
maybe I wasn't picturing the room right. I thought I was by a back door behind the counter, like where the guys were unloading stuff. But I thought I was around the back. Maybe I misunderstood.
To look in, you're where the guys are bringing in all the stuff, all the things.
Which is the front main shop door.
Here, let me get a map.
The alley entrance. You're coming in the alley entrance. Andrew, what do you mean? He smells like my uncle.
It's gonna take me a while to find a map that fits this. So.
It's okay. I mean, I can just go from what you were saying. So there's all people right there.
Yeah. Let's just try to do the things of the mind for now.
Yeah. So I noticed there is a back entrance. If I look around the back of the building.
Wait, I do have a warehouse here. Here we go. We can use this. There's a side alley. That's where you can look in at. There is a back entrance with doors and shit like that. So you're gonna have to use imagination on this.
And the back entrance with the doors, the people aren't around that were unloading. It looks clear. If it looks clear, I'd like to try to go in there.
Okay. I'm gonna share a map with you.
Cool.
Oops. So here's a map. It might be. Let me make it a little bit smaller. It's definitely not. These are at least 10-foot squares on here. So I'm gonna show you where they're bringing in stuff. And I'm gonna show you where the counter is. It's not exactly like what it is in here, but this is close enough. So the door to the back where they're bringing in stuff is where the 10 is at. Okay.
Mhm.
The counter is I can't do rectangles. That sucks. Maybe I can. I just don't know how to do it. Oops. No, I don't want that. So the counter is right where the line is at. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the back. There's 2 doors there in the back. I know that it shows 1 door, but there's 2 doors. There's people in the back here unloading stuff. The carts are, outside the side alley is right where this door is at. The front door where they walked in are up there, and then you guys, let me make this. Yeah, you guys can put your characters. It's fine.
So this white thing here, the back door.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. You're L dash. L dash. You're right there. The counter where you want to go. So you guys are there. The commoners are gonna be. Let me
Is my
place all
character
these guys.
slowly moving across the screen?
What's that?
Say again.
Sorry, my character was slowly moving. I guess you moved them. Is that?
Oh yeah.
I moved them. Because you're just outside here. The cart is right there. There's a bunch of workers and shit all there. So.
And where's the back door?
Where the 10 is at. That's where you're at. You like when you're walking by, you could see in. You could see all those guys happening there.
I thought you said that there was another entrance in the back.
There is. You went back there, and then you went walking to the other building. So you're not back there. You're right there. That's the only way you'd be able to see this. Otherwise, you won't be able to see it, and then you'll have to just sit here and watch. So.
Yeah. So I'm right here, right?
No, you're about right there. Because you'd seen it. As you're walking by is when he got hugged.
So I'd never be able to get to the back this turn anyway, right?
Yes, you can.
No.
You could get it right in. You could walk right in. You don't have to get all the way to the back. Look, the 10 is where the door is at. You have to kind of use your imagination. So, yeah, oh, you mean like all the way to the back to the doors to try to... You don't even know what's inside. If you want to try to walk in to the counter, you can just walk in.
But yeah, if you were going to go to the back door, I don't think you'd make it in 1 turn.
Yeah, so I guess I am. I'm just going to try to walk in while they're all distracted. While they're all doing whatever's going on. And see what happens.
Ballas, can you please put your character? Because that's where the noble's at, because you're controlling them.
Where is,
Can I try to make my character, like here where we're trying to go, or no?
Just a sec. I gotta set this all up so you understand where everything's at. So just a sec.
No problem. Sorry.
The merchant's over there. Fucking Commoner 3 is a worker. I mean, I could put all the workers out, but I don't know if we need them all.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Where's Celeste? Where's Celeste is in the back room? That's where he's at right now.
What's that? Oh, Celeste. Let me...
Oh, this would be my last encounter of the evening, so feel free to use me how I have been using me.
Oh, man. You put me in a bad situation, Mark. A bad situation.
Sorry.
Okay.
Just keep looking for my score and setting up a distribution line.
Okay.
Or plans for one. That's really what you need to do.
Who's Celeste?
He's the big fat old guy who was directing the workers to where they were putting stuff.
He's circling. So, Anyways,
Yeah.
so
actually,
Aldash, you can just walk right in. You can walk right in and go to the counter if you want. But there are people
Honestly-
here unloading stuff. What's that?
Yeah, no, he's right there. I wouldn't even do that. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
showing it's different than I kind of envisioned what was going on. I thought this guy was kind of out back, like directing people with boxes.
Yeah, I know. There's a bunch of people. There's a bunch of wagon people there and all that kind of stuff. So, but you can walk in if you want.
And so can I like roll perception to see if he looks like he's paying attention to me?
Well, he sees you. It's a daylight, so he knows you're there. He's aware that you're there. I mean,
Yeah, so,
during the day, out in the open, everyone's kind of aware that everyone's there, unless you're like hidden behind boxes and you were there before they were there, you know. So you don't really have to roll perception. He's aware of you.
I feel like I wasted time, but no. If he's right in front of me, I'm not going to try to walk right in, you know?
Okay. I mean, you could, I don't know, you could streak by. Like, for example, you could streak by if you want. It's any idea that you come up with is fair game. So, if you want to, like, run in and try to grab the box and just run out, you could totally do that.
I'm thinking,
hey, Mark, don't tell, use that for your inspiration for these moments. You know what I'm saying, Mark?
Well, I do, but if I'm going to be leaving, I got to leave you guys a little bit.
Well, just say it out loud. So you can get your inspiration, right? So,
Nice.
Okay, so I see this box is, can you ping in the map where the boxes are?
what's that?
Can you click on the map where I see boxes at?
Okay. I'll put the 5. Oh shit! I just made that huge. It's right there in the, or so, roughly.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's do that. So I want to try to just run in, grab the box, and run out.
Okay. So grabbing things are a free action. So, you run in. It's your turn. Nobody actually gets an action. Didn't expect it, so you can do it. So your character runs in, right, and you grab the box. You got the box in your hand. There is one problem as you go to grab it. It's hooked to the shelf. It's not budging. You can try opening it. There's not a lock on it.
Oh.
Okay, I would try to open the box then.
You open the box. You see various pouches in there.
I would grab all the pouches.
You get two free actions. So opening something, as long as it's open, not locked, and picking up things would be like 2 free actions. So you could open it and pick up a pouch and run the fuck out.
That's exactly what. Grab whatever I could grab. I don't know if I can grab them all, but grab what I can grab and run right out.
Okay, you can grab just one pouch, right? and you run out. So basically, your movement is 30, so that means you can move 30 feet one way, right? And then you can do. You didn't really do an action like attack or anything, so you basically are doing a double move. So you move 30 feet in and 30 feet out. So you're right here with all the other workers. And I roll to see if they even notice you do that. Do you want to roll sleight of hands? Are you going to do it secretly, as secretly as possible, so that the people back here don't notice it?
So like just whatever skills I had to try to make people not see me anyway.
Yeah. Okay, some set. He's gonna see you because he's right there. But these guys outside might not really notice. So you can give me a sleight of hand. Great. You suck. They hear a big they hear a big clang, and you drop a coin as it rolls out, and they all kind of look at you. So that's what happens when you roll low, basically. Okay, the noble with the shoe goes and attacks what's his name? Ballast.
Does he have disadvantage because I have a meat shield?
No. No, that's unfortunately that's not how grappling works, but He goes to attack you, and he's not proficient, so he doesn't add anything into it because it's like a improvised weapon, basically. But he bashes you on the head. It's like just enough, even with your armor class. He got a 16, basically. So I didn't roll his regular attack because he's got bonuses to that, and he doesn't get those bonuses. So he bashes you on the head. You take 1 point of damage. Bah!
No.
Yeah. He knocks you pretty good. Okay, next is the girl, and then we'll just say the worker's turn. So the workers see you, and they're like, you see Sunset goes, "Get him, thief!" And you can see there's 3 workers there that are gonna try to grab you, Eldash. So for this is gonna be a verse. So let me open up. So the first worker, he's gonna try to tackle you. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna do an opposing roll. So if you open up your character sheet and you go to your skills, so under your skills, you can either use acrobatics or you can use athletics to try to escape this grab. So they're gonna try to like tackle you basically. Yeah, good choice. So this first one, let me see what he got. It's gonna be verse that roll, so if he gets higher, that means he grabs you. Oh man, so lucky. So can you guys see those rolls?
No.
No. Okay. He got a 7. So he barely misses you and you escape. So that guy just falls down flat on his face. So another guy goes to grab you. He's like, "I knew not to trust you!" And then he goes and he reaches out for you. So make another roll, please, Eldash.
Workers are really ballsy. They must pay well.
Yeah.
This guy gets you. He grabs you around the waist. And then the last worker, he's gonna try to grab you too. You get disadvantage because you already grappled. So roll one more time.
One more same thing?
Yeah, one more time. Okay, another guy grabs you. So you're kind of pinned. So during your turn, you can try to escape, but right now they have control of your movement. Okay? So
when I roll with disadvantage, how does that work when I tell
when you roll with disadvantage, basically you can hit the DIS right in the bottom of your thing. You turn that on, and that'll turn red, and basically that will give you
It drops the higher roll.
Yeah.
Right.
You basically roll twice, and it drops the higher roll. So
he was rolling against my 13, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it tells you on there. I mean, that's what I took. So it took 13. Yeah. So anyways, they bring you. They look at you and they got you grabbed. And you got like the pouch at your hand or whatever. And they kind of take you. You know, they kind of take you inside, and I don't know what you say. Maybe say unhand me or something like that. But while you're grappled, you can attack them if you want. But they just have control of your movement. They kind of bring you inside like that. Okay.
And you said I can or can't attack them?
You can attack them, but at your turn. You have to wait till your turn. So now that was the end of that round. Now we're gonna go back up to top of the initiative. So now it's round 2. Now it's one of the ladies. She kind of freaks out, and she goes over in the corner, and she's like, "Get that bastard! Get him!" And the merchant guy, he runs out. Okay, and next up is Ballast. What are you gonna do, Ballast?
I'm gonna let go of the noble and start jumping around saying, "Not my uncle, not my uncle," and then I'm gonna start screaming at them to let L-dash go, and then I'm gonna bolt for the door
Okay, you let go
with my movement.
and you bolt for the door. Go ahead.
Well, I'll disengage and then do it. Or is it too late?
I mean, that's gonna take your take your round. The guy doesn't have any weapons on him, so I mean, why bother?
All right.
All right, you can just go to the door. That's fine. You can do double movement, so you're out. You're outside, actually.
Yep.
All right. It's Solma's turn, and he kind of he has a weapon at his side, and he draws a rapier, and he brings it out to your neck. He says, "Don't move, or I slice you clean. Meat is on the table." He says that to L-dash.
Unhand me, sir. I'm working for the new lord in town.
Oh man, everything's so it's hard to hear because everything's crackling. Maybe I should reset.
Unhand me, sir. I'm working for the new lord.
Winter.
He just tells you to shut up.
Look at my paperwork here. I'm the tax collector, and here are my documents.
Okay, when it's your turn, we can try to roll deception, but you're not gonna have very good chances because, yeah, you just tried stealing.
I know, like paperwork and stuff.
All right.
Identity here.
I told you to shut up, and then he goes and he tries to slash you.
Oh.
You can't move, so he goes to attack you. Yeah, you're surprisingly, even though you're kind of held, you're surprisingly nimble. You're able to move your head just in time as he goes forward. Next time I kill you. That's his attack. So Ender, you're up.
All right, let me just see if I can add a little bit more chaos to this situation. This ought to be good. Let's see. So let me just make sure I got the situation right. So Ballast is gone. He ran out.
Yeah, he ran
right?
out.
I mean, what are the two nobles doing that are still there? The one that he let go is doing what? Just kind of, they're both in shock.
I'm sorry. This noble is up here, and he attacked him, and they didn't attack him back. You know, they just wanted him to let go and get the hell out.
Right.
Of
So
here,
are they just kind of standing there in stunned silence?
No. One of them says, "Gods, he touched me!" He's calling out, and you can hear some commotion going on outside too.
All right.
Right. Before I go, I'm getting a little tingly and a little fidgety because I'm looking for a dose of Tekel.
Yeah.
So I'm needing some cash, or I'm needing to hook up with somebody that can get me a fix. So that's why I was taking risks that I shouldn't have really taken, in a shoe store. and I thought maybe I could take advantage of some of the situations I saw before, with my new pals, and it didn't really work out as well as I wanted it to. So now I'm looking for, a safer place to look for drugs.
Okay, you can give yourself inspiration, and then I don't know if you're gonna go. You can go, Mark. I'll tell you what most likely happens to your character later.
I'll see you guys later. Al, was nice meeting you.
All right, bye. While he goes, I'm gonna reset the Hangouts call. So let me reset first, because it's just, I don't know about you guys, but it's totally breaking up.
Okay.
Can you hear my voice okay?
Yours is fine.
Okay. Your guys' voice are all breaking up, so I'm going to reset mine. It might just be mine, actually. So I'll be right back.
Okay.
like for the whole town. I thought there was
Yeah. It's I wrote it down. Hold on.
I thought I did too, and I can't find it.
So I think you guys are gonna have to reset too. I don't know. It's still not doing.
It's breaking
it
up.
right. Yeah, it's super breaking up.
All right, I'll log it back in.
I will too.
Both people are.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Yep. No problem.
Hello.
Hello. God.
Better?
No, not so much.
You're crystal clear to me.
Any
yeah.
better?
Yeah, that's nice. It's real nice. Really awesome. It makes me think it's I wonder.
Ben, am I breaking up for you?
You were. You're not now.
It makes me think it's let me try this again. Let me just do something. Wait. Alright, I don't think it's a sound card.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yep. You're there.
Damn, it's still breaking up. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with it.
Your shit's broke.
Yeah. I can try. Oh, this doesn't make sense. Speakers test. Oh. Shit. I think it's a sound card issue.
Broke your sound card again?
No, it's breaking up. It's not the connection, it's a sound card. So I should do something. This could break my setup, so if I reset, I'll go back on the call and then I'll let you guys know, but just give me a sec.
Sure.
I don't know, it might reset my whole thing if I do this. We'll see.
We'll see.